What's going on, guys? Welcome into Rover Sports, and this is one of the greatest signings that I've seen in a hell of a long time. Sammy Watkins going to Kansas City. This Chiefs offense is going to be freaking unstoppable. I mean, Sammy Watkins, Brett Veach, what an amazing signing. $16 million per year over 3 years. I think other than DeAndre Hopkins and Antonio Brown, Sammy Watkins is going to be one of the highest paid receivers in the NFL, and he's worth every penny. This guy has been underutilized his entire existence. He's been underutilized because when you look, and I'm going to take off my seatbelt for this damn video. Again, I might not be prepared as Jet Central in a car setting, but when you're on the road and news drops instantly, you gotta freaking go. So Sammy Watkins to Kansas City. Let me tell you why it's unbelievable. Sammy, in Buffalo, he had awful quarterback play. He had Rick Dennison, he had Rex Ryan, he had Tyrod Taylor. All people that are not great at what they do. I mean, Rex was a very good defensive coordinator. Rex got Buffalo to got the Jets to AFC title games, but Tyrod Taylor is not a consistent thrower of the football. No one puts up big numbers around Tyrod Taylor. Zay Jones didn't do it, Nick O'Leary, Charles Clay. None of the Bills receivers produced at a high level under Tyrod Taylor, and it's because with Tyrod, it's mostly run-read option with Shady McCoy. With Tyrod Taylor, he's a guy that's a one-read guy, and then he'd look away from his receiver. He wouldn't spoon-feed Sammy Watkins. In fact, Bills fans remember when the Bills were up 17-0 on Kansas City 2 years ago and Sammy Watkins was dominating the game. He didn't get another touch again. Then Sammy went and played with another very overrated player in Jared Goff. A guy in Jared Goff that has minimal arm strength, no mobility at all, and he went to an offense that had a great running back in Todd Gurley, but he went to an offense that was very distributed with Cooper Kupp, and Jared Goff just, you know, he made a couple of long throws to Sammy, but Sammy, again, like, had incredible games where he went off, like whether it was the Niners in week 3 or the Giants in week 8. Sammy Watkins was ridiculous. He's a ridiculous talent. The guy, his catch radius is unbelievable. He's the best deep ball receiver in the NFL. And now he's aligned with one of the freakiest athletes in all the NFL in Tyreek Hill. You then have the best tight end in the entire NFL right now with Rob Gronkowski pondering retirement in Travis Kelce, a freak of nature, a flat-out beast of a human being, a guy that is so athletic, it will literally hurdle dudes mid-game. I mean, Travis Kelce is ridiculous. So you have Kelce, you have Tyreek Hill, and then you have one of my favorite runners in all the NFL, Kareem Hunt. A guy who can do everything. Catch the ball out of the backfield. Run. Can cut on a dime. A guy that had an incredible begin to the season. He then hit a rookie wall, which happens when you go from the MAC to the freaking NFL, you're going to hit a rookie wall, and that's what happened to Kareem Hunt. Also, Alex Smith was holding this offense back. As Redskins fans are going to see, Alex Smith is not a big balls thrower. He doesn't throw down the field. He's never been able to do that at a high level. And the Chiefs have one of the craziest quarterbacks that we're ever going to see in our lifetimes in Pat Mahomes. This guy can throw it 80 yards in the air. But the thing about Pat Mahomes that separates him from Kyle Bowler, Jamarcus Russell, and Josh Allen is that Pat Mahomes played baseball. His dad was a professional pitcher. And Pat Mahomes, he can throw the ball. I'm sorry I have this cold. I'm always going to have this cold, but you know what? Fuck this cold. Fuck this cold. I hate this cold, but it is what it is. Pat Mahomes, listen to me, guys. He is a baseball pitcher. This guy can throw from any platform in the NFL. Like, he can throw from a sidearm like Stafford. He can throw over the top. He is a classic go in the backyard and he's a backyard football player. When all things are going awry, that's when Pat Mahomes is at his best. He's got incredible mobility. The pocket awareness is ridiculous. I had a lot of concerns about Mahomes coming out of a Cliff Kingsbury kind of Bush League offense at Texas Tech, but the guy, in terms of just throwing the ball, he is as talented as anybody, and he knows touch. He knows how to layer the ball in over linebackers. He will not throw interceptions because he knows how to utilize touch. He's naturally a very accurate thrower, and he can put the ball anywhere. He's the most talented quarterback in the NFL. He's the next Aaron Rodgers. So Kansas City, you have the next Aaron Rodgers. They just got the next Terrell Owens because Andy Reid had Terrell Owens, and Sammy Watkins is finally going to be able to unleash his full potential, which is going to be the scariest thing you've ever seen. Sammy Watkins is going to be the best receiver in football next year. You're going to have the best quarterback maybe in football other than Jimmy Garoppolo. You have the best tight end. You have a top 5 running back. And then I'd put Tyreek Hill as a top 10 wide receiver. So you have Watkins, Tyreek Hill. You have Gary and Conley, or not Conley, you have Chris Conley that's still on that roster. It's freaky. Now, the Chiefs in the draft, they're going to go all defense. They're going to load up on defense. Brett Veach is going to load up on defense. Bob Sutton. And the Kansas City Chiefs are my early pick to make it to the Super Bowl now with the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a Chiefs-Niners Super Bowl. Jimmy's going to win the MVP, and Kansas City's going to go 13-3 next year. They're going to be untouchable in the AFC West. I mean, San Diego with Phillip Rivers is an okay team that actually might be decent, like 8-8, 9-7. The Raiders will be totally overrated. They only have a couple of pieces. They're very far away. And then Denver just signed Case Keenum, which is such a stupid deal, I can't tell you. So Case Keenum's going to be a backup there or something. The Chiefs are ready to roll. This is the best offense we're going to see in the next, millennium. This is the best offense since the greatest show on turf. It is going to be the most fun team you've ever watched. And for all the ratings going down and all that bullshit, Kansas City's going to bring the NFL back. Single-handedly, them and Jimmy Garoppolo are going to bring NFL viewers back because I don't care what they do, and neither should viewers. You're going to want to watch the incredible, incredible football that is going to be played from Kansas City. I mean, you have Andy Reid, who is really smart offensively, and they're going to be 13-3, and if Andy Reid don't choke in the playoffs, it's going to be like a Colin Kaepernick thing. Like, when Alex Smith left San Francisco and Kaepernick took the Niners to the promised land and was within 1 third down of possibly winning a championship. That's what Kansas City's going to do, man. It's the greatest signing. This will be one of the best signings you've ever seen. $16 million for Sammy Watkins. I am so in support of it. 1,000,000%, yes. He will be the next Terrell Owens. He could be a Hall of Fame talent. I'm not saying he's going to be T.O., but next year he's going to be putting up T.O. numbers. I can tell you that much.